From Empire
to How to Get Away with Murder.
And Does Obama Love America?
It all happened this week.
Two friends, one camera.
And lots of opinions.
Who talks about it?
We talk about it now.
Now. And you should too.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of We Talk About It Now. I'm your host, Marisa.
And I'm Joe.
And we are so excited because there's a lot of stuff that happened this week. And so we're just going to kind of dive right into one of our favorite topics that we love to talk about here, which is television.
Yes.
We are kind of TV freaks. And I, for one, I think you would agree that a lot of great stuff is happening on TV. More so than even film lately. I feel like it's all some great performances going on TV. So
I agree.
Yeah, you agree?
Yeah, it's been consuming my life lately, so how can I disagree?
You've been loving the show called Empire.
Yes.
I have not watched it. So tell me, what do you love about Empire?
So I've gotten some slack from some friends that I haven't brought up Empire in these shows when I'm talking about TV because I've been so honed in on looking. But I have been watching Empire since the beginning, and I think it really is a great show. The acting is amazing. I think the storyline is captivating. It keeps it moving. It's interesting. I think it goes into a different genre of a TV show that hasn't really been done over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think I love some of the great music that's coming out of it. I haven't downloaded it yet. I'll probably wait till the show's over.
So is it original music that comes out of the episodes, or are they're doing different arrangements on music?
To me, yes. I've heard of it. But I do love the show, and I think it's awesome, and it's getting really great ratings.
I heard the performances are incredible.
Yeah, it's getting amazing ratings. The ratings actually keep going up week after week, so I like it.
Cool.
Empire, if you haven't watched it, go check it out.
Awesome. Well, I've been obsessed with How to Get Away with Murder. I don't know, you've been watching it, right?
I have.
And what I really love about How to Get Away with Murder, I will tell you something straight up. I do feel that the show itself is a little, syrupy, in the sense that, I'm not sure how I feel about the exact storyline or the exact script. But, with all that being said, I will straight up tell you that the performance you are getting from Viola Davis is Oscar-worthy each week. I mean, she is killing it, and it is worth it to watch just how incredible she is and how much of herself that she gives and how willing to be exposed she is. Do you know what I mean? Physically and emotionally. There's been so many fierce scenes about it that have happened where she's taking off her makeup and you see her she's just really wonderful.
And before we close TV, I just have to also say, because I haven't brought it up, shut your face, Vanderpump Rules. Those people are freaking cray-cray. I love them.
The wedding?
Oh, God.
The slap in the parking lot?
Yeah, but a crop top wedding dress? Way to stick to you, girl. You are you. If I stuck with that, I'd get married in a penguin t-shirt, but it's probably not what's going to happen on my wedding day, but way to stay true to yourself even on your wedding day. But yeah, no. Lisa Vanderpump rocks my world.
I love Lisa Vanderpump.
Oh,
she's one of my favorite housewives.
Always so classy.
Love her. I love her. I love everything about her.
All right, so that closes...
That's television.
That's TV.
So next up...
The news.
The news. There's been a lot happening in the news. One of the main things we'll just start by saying is that former Mayor Rudy Giuliani accused President Obama of... I'm not going to put it in quotes, so I don't know his exact quote, but that he wasn't sure that he knew this was going to sound horrible, but he wasn't sure that Obama loved America. So what do you think?
I can understand, in watching so much footage this week about it, where Giuliani is coming from. I don't want to necessarily say it's perfect, because I think with any politician, Marisa and I, over years of doing this, anyone who's on film a lot, you can soundbite the shit out of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can find a lot of clips, which are being aired, of Barack Obama criticizing America.
Yeah.
And yes, if you watch a 1-minute soundbite of him doing it over and over from different speeches, I understand where you can get that perception that maybe he doesn't have the American pride that we typically see our presidents exuding. They've grown up living for this country. Whether he does or not, I can't go on record and say. I mean, he wanted to be the president of the United States, so I have to believe he has some love or devotion to the country.
I think my biggest problem is that...
He did grow up with a lot of haters of America, though, so that's a fact.
I I'm going to read you a quote that Debbie Wasserman Schultz says, because I really think it's really great. But before I say that, Joe doesn't like her, but I really like her. And you live in Florida.
All my Fort Lauderdale gays, you can throw whatever you want.
I like Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
She annoys the shit out of me. I don't love her just because she loves the gay environment on Wilton Manors in Fort Lauderdale.
No, Joe is tried and true. Debbie Wasserman Schultz says this. She says, I rarely ever agreed with President Bush, but I never questioned his love for our country. And I think that that's true. I think you don't have to agree with President Obama, but to say that he doesn't love the country and to use that as a statement, and the next day Giuliani was, kind of backtracking and trying to cover it up a little bit. No, they said that he was.
Not Giuliani.
Oh, well, people in his camp probably. Like
Walker did, because he said it at a Walker speech.
Okay. Oh, he hasn't. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. And I just think when there was like a lot of, things that were coming out of when people were attacking President Obama, like when he was running against John McCain, I feel like John McCain really stood up and was like, let's like attack the issues, let's not attack this person. And I feel like time and time again, whether you agree with President Obama or not, which I'm not sure I always do, I just think it's like, let's not talk about whether or not he loves the country or not, because it's.
But we are.
Right. It's just Giuliani, just stop. Our next thing in the news, which I thought. Joe brought this up to me. Joe's like the news. He's always like, this is what happened in the news. And I'm like, really? So there is this woman named Joni Edelman. And I think I'm saying her last name correctly.
Yeah.
And she posted a blog about the fact that, she had once been really, really skinny and it did not make her happy. And now she's like content with being what she says is, quote, fat and happy, end quote. And she goes in the blog to show a picture of herself for what she considered to be her extreme small at a size 4, and then her extreme weight at a heavier size, and that she's now, decided to not live as the skinny person anymore. And what do you think about it?
So I think Meghan Trainor has started a revolution.
Oh, about that bass?
Yes.
No treble? So the treble's the...
I don't know why this woman, literally, I had to tell her she was brought up on The Talk, she's brought up on even Fox, she's been everywhere.
Yeah, she's everywhere.
For this blog, and I think it's a positive message, interesting that it's exploding during New York Fashion Week, but I think it goes along with this general movement of accept who you are and love who you are. I can relate to where she's coming from because she used to spend hours and hours and hours daily in the gym and restrict herself to 1,200 calories.
She was saying a plentiful 1,000 calories a day at one point.
And
running 10 miles, she said.
And I listened to her, and that's where she would say, when I was in that mindset, if I had a piece of birthday cake at someone's birthday, I was like, oh, gotta run an extra 3 miles tomorrow. And so now that she's just embraced life, and she felt like it was staying in that super working out, eating only 1,000 calories a day lifestyle, was also restricting moments she could have with her family and her kids.
Yeah.
And so she just embraced, I gotta be able to live life and not live so strictly when it comes to fitness and eating right. And so I can appreciate that. Mm-hmm. On the same point, I think you gotta still live a healthy life. Fine if you don't strive for the 6-pack or the size 0 anymore.
Right.
But I don't think if you're then becoming comfortable enough to a point of eating cakes and pizzas and more than 1,000 calories to where now you're putting yourself at risk for diabetes, heart disease,
right?
Those things, I don't think that's okay. So I think happy and healthy is your balance, and I can relate to her because when I go into my fitness regimens, I start off super happy, but by the end I always fall off because it's exhausting. Mm-hmm. I can understand it's exhausting keeping up with that regimented of a fitness schedule, that regimented of a diet. It is exhausting, so I can understand how letting that pressure go just makes you
it's hard when
happier.
You make food the enemy and you don't really know a way out of it because our culture has kind of been like, if you restrict this, then you can be this. And I think we have to start, she's bringing up this idea of changing that outlook, but I just don't, for anybody to go in at either extreme. I'm not about either extreme. I think happy and healthy is kind of the thing. And I think more importantly, changing the way we think about food is, thinking about it as like fueling us and not necessarily as, the enemy. Although it gets hard. It's hard to maintain a
in this country.
And the magazine, all sorts of
things. In a first world country, food can quickly become the enemy.
It's hard, especially the world of Photoshop, and we forget that it's been Photoshopped.
Oh my
so
God,
many photos have
you
leaked.
just brought up, are you going to
the
Beyonce?
And Cindy Crawford. Did you see that picture of Cindy Crawford without being Photoshopped? It's like, I
just love that Beyonce apparently got upset, and I'm just like, Beyonce, can you just let yourself be a human?
That's what I'm saying.
Just, girl, let yourself
be a human. You're still Beyonce. Great, I don't care. Like, I looked at her for 2 seconds, and I was like, yeah, well, you're this close to her face. And
who looks good?
Hello, she's wearing heavy makeup hello, anybody on Broadway show, that's it, no matter who you are. You know, she's running around, she's a mother, like, I don't care. So that's the news this week. And before we go, anything happening in the world of Joe?
No, my couch. Still haven't found my mojo, people. I'll get there.
You get there.
Just looking for motivation towards anything.
Yeah. I also think it's the weather too. It's this part of winter.
February.
Who is a hard one. It always is a month where I'll look back and I'm like, made it somehow. Every year of my life. I'm not kidding you. And I think it's no different this year. I feel a little burnt out. I'm just, I think, remembering. I write a lot for people's.
It's beautifully snowing right now.
It is beautifully snowing out this window.
We're looking out the window behind us. That's pretty.
I write for a lot of entrepreneurs, and one of the biggest things that I've noticed that this common thread that they've kind of helped me with is the importance of self-care. And really, even if it's just like lighting a candle, or like the other night I just had to like get up from the computer, stop looking at my list of things I was going to be auditioning for, writing for, and I just like put on some Toni Braxton and like danced around for a half hour, lit a candle, took a quick shower, and then like went back to my work. Okay, I lost like 40 minutes, but like I felt rejuvenated, and I think that that's whatever that means to you. Listen to some Toni Braxton, light a candle, I don't know, do something that's gets you out of the funk. You time, I think it's important.
I've had a lot of me time. I think that's my problem.
Well, not maybe me time.
I'm really going to the extreme on the me time.
Yeah, but so now let's couple it in with some other things and see what happens. We'll report back.
I will. All it takes is booking that Gay Days ticket, and suddenly my fitness motivations.
Great. Set a goal. I think that's good. All right. Well, make sure you join us next week. We will have another awesome week in review, or perhaps like a sneak, I don't know, topic surprise. You never know what's going to go on here in the studio. As always, please subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't. You can subscribe right above my head.
Ask
Easy
your
to do
friends
so.
and coworkers and families to subscribe.
Do all that. Check us out, as I always say, on all the internet things.
What she means by that is at wetalkaboutitnow.com or weblogabouititnow.com. You can check out our Facebook page at We Talk About It Now and our Twitter account at We Talk Now.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we do this a lot for your engagement and to talk to you and get to know you and back and forth.
Let's keep the conversation going.
Absolutely. So
Right.
who talks about it?
We talk about it.
Now.
Bye, guys.